Okay, we're in front of the house. This is the water meter in the parkway between the sidewalk and the curb at the northwest corner of the property. It's a good place for it. We're not going to bother opening that up today because the water's not on. Why is it not on? Well, one of the reasons it's not on, I don't know if that's the only reason, but one of the reasons is the master bath isn't done. This is the gas meter. So it's entering the west side of the second or the west bedroom. This is the lawn sprinkler check valve, and I like the fact that this is above ground. But in some municipalities, and I'm not sure about Mansfield, apparently not, they got the nice rock, hides under this rock, but they got the insulation bag, and that's why they don't usually like them above ground. It's because of the freezing. And in Texas, our frost line is so shallow, usually, in Texas, North Texas is one of the few places that actually has them in the ground, so the fact that they don't like them above ground is kind of weird. But this isn't just the water valve. This is the gas valve as well. This valve right here, okay, when that's perpendicular, that's off. When that's on, that's on. Now, one thing this valve doesn't have, oh, does it? Let's check. I was going to be able to complain about something, right? Nope. That's the main shutoff valve to the lawn sprinkler system. So you do have that. Okay. I thought I caught them, but I didn't. That's good. They're smarter than me. These two valves right here, these are your clean outs for your sewer line. It's a double clean out, and this is in the flower bed on the west side of the front porch. This is the main shutoff valve for the house. And what I'm seeing here is, even though we don't have water, the valve doesn't look like it's turned off. It looks like they tried, but they couldn't turn it off. You know why? It's because it's buried. You can't see that valve in there. You can't get in there to work on it. You can't get in there to turn it off. This irrigation box should have been excavated and lined with gravel so that this doesn't happen. So they couldn't turn the water off to the house here, and they needed to turn the water off to the house. So they went over here to the meter and turned it off. Pretty inconvenient, especially when this was designed and built for the sole intent of making it easy for you to turn the water off. If you've got an emergency, you're going to have a problem. That's all I'm saying. Well, I say a lot, don't I? That's not all I'm saying. I say a lot. While I'm still saying, let's get in here. We're in the garage. That's the pedestrian door, which goes into the living space. And by the way, look at there. I'll probably revisit this. Is that closing? No. I'm a fire. You're a fire? I am. Hello, Mr. Fire coming in. Hi, Mr. Fire. How you doing? Oh, I just thought I'd come in and get warm. Oh, you're always welcome in our house, Mr. Fire. How did you get in? You didn't have a spring. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So that's how Mr. Fire comes and visits you. That's how it works. If you like Mr. Fire and he's always welcome in your house, you don't need a spring. Lets him in, kind of like a dog door. Okay, this is the gas line going to your water heater. Here's your serial number to the water heater. Lines are insulated. I'm having a little difficulty finding anything wrong with this installation. It's not like me. It's not like me at all. But you know, if it's good, it's good. I just tripped that GFCI. That was on purpose. That was a test. That was a test. Somebody left their tape measure here. That's the fresh air. Don't stack anything on this. Okay, it's not for storage anyway. Not for storage anyway. That's the exhaust. Good. And it can be plastic because it's very high efficiency. That's why we have the condensate drain line. Alright. Jump around a little bit and try not to step on these building materials. Trying not to. This is a lawn sprinkler system. Oh, I guess I just hit the GFCI. There's a different one than the electrical video, which you saw earlier. Okay, so you're back on. We have a care and use manual. We do not have operation instructions. We do not have the zones are not labeled. It does have a weather sensor. Thought it did. Am I losing my mind? Again? More? There it is. On this one, there's my screwdriver. Speaking of losing things, this is the weather sensor. It's supposed to be like this. Nice right angles. It's not supposed to be hanging down. You're not supposed to hang towels on it. You're not supposed to grow plants around it. It's supposed to be sitting right there, minding its own business. That's what he's supposed to be doing. And these exterior faucets. Okay, I don't see vacuum breakers. Now I understand that these bulbulous things, that might be a vacuum breaker. That's what I hear. That's what they tell me. They tell me that might be a vacuum breaker. I'm going to say apparent. Because I can be wrong. I'm wrong some days. Sometimes. I am. No vacuum breaker apparent. There's a gasket around this door. Is that a fit or what? We got company coming? Mask up. Okay, we got the mask on. Hi, Mr. Fire. How you doing, man? Oh, man, I missed you. We really had a party at the last house. Okay, this is kind of strange. Check this out. This is called a foul line. F-O-U-L. That's where all the cooties hide. The bacterium. The viruses. Germs. Okay, I'll come up underneath here. What size are you? Well, we'll get into that later. We'll get into that later. But look at this detail work. You could, you just hang washcloths on that and let them dry in the air, huh? What about that? Come up underneath here. See all those sticks? See all those sticks up there? Well, the manufacturer has these things called clips, and they thought it was a pretty good idea if this was bolted up to this with clips. That's what the manufacturer thought. What does the manufacturer know? Really? Does the manufacturer know? We're going to do an appliance. Obviously, I just saw some other things. Okay, we're going to stick to plumbing. Moving on through. Didn't really mean to do this much plumbing either. But, you know, I get carried away. Ooh, look at all that. I wonder where it came from. Maybe you should have a border around there. I don't know, really. These are called, if you look in here, you see that we do not have, some people call them overflow drains, percolators. Not required. Not required. But if you got children, so that's the first bedroom. Is that really? No, that's it. Okay. They might be washing their Barbie or whatever. Masked up home inspector. So, you know, and they get distracted. Or maybe your home inspector is visiting and he got distracted. But if you close this and you keep running water, it can overflow because, you know, bad times. Toilet doesn't look like it's been flushed because we don't have any water. Shower looks kind of okay. Okay, I'm kind of curious. Okay. I seem to remember my client having some concerns about that. So we're going to revisit that. Maybe it was the other one. It's kind of an interesting floor plan. We got the laundry. Let's put the laundry sink. I guess we're going to have a laundry sink. Don't have one today. 4-prong electric. You know what we don't have here? We do not have a notice stating the length of the vent. So that you could buy equipment. And obviously this is going to be a stackable, right? Got the washer, water, all this right here, stackable. Got a sink here. You need to know the size and the length of the vent so that you know that the stackable clothes dryer is going to be able to push its exhaust through it. Without that information, you don't know if the equipment you're buying is going to have sufficient oomph, strength, mono to get through there. You just don't. You're supposed to have a... How are you going to shop for that? Okay, I don't know. Just asking how. There's the bathtub. It's one of those floating bathtubs. He moves around. This is the master shower. It's nowhere close to being done. Look at that drain line. You think that's going to drain? I wonder how I got... Oh, no, that's the drain line right there. Excuse me, I'm getting carried away. What do we got over here? Anything interesting? Anything interesting? Not really seeing it. Okay. Boring is good. Boring is good. Same thing with the commodes. We're going to have to come back. I guess I should have looked underneath the sink. I will. These are percolators. These sinks, unlike the one in the kitchen, the one in the hall bathroom, excuse me, they have percolators. You can be absent-minded with these. Plumbing looks pretty decent under there. They must have gone to plumbing university. Okay. I'm still looking. I remember my client had some concerns about the hardware on one of the shower glass panels. Okay, brass and brass. I'll keep looking. That's 11 minutes, 12 minutes. You are